Hi everyone, I'm your host Joe Garcia. We're here with Tom Tom, joining us all the way from Alabama, and our other special guest, Thomas the Spurs Dude Vega, joining us from Corpus Christi for another episode of the Countdown 210. So the big topic or hot topic of the night is Kawhi on fire. I'll let you guys start off. What did you guys think about his performance tonight?
Well,
Well,
Kawhi Leonard said, "Oh, you can go ahead, Thompson.
I was
You
just
can go
gonna say
ahead."
this is what I come to expect from him. We're just used to it now.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody needs to make a meme of him like from that movie from Denzel, Man on Fire. I'm serious, man. There's gonna be
Yeah.
a meme made tomorrow. You watch Man on Fire. That's gonna be Kawhi. He was going off. He had 7 threes. He was too shy of tying Chuck the Rifleman Person's record of nine
Mm.
threes in a row.
Ah,
Not 39, not threes,
man.
nine on the night. So,
Wow,
and
man.
if he would have made that one that he missed near the end, Pop would have let him keep. He would have put him in the game and let him had a shot at beating that record. But since he missed that three, that was a
He took him.
yeah, man. That was the telltale sign that you got to go. Your night's over, man.
Yeah, well,
But
Kawhi, this guy right here. I don't know if y'all see
Kawhi
that.
Leonard. Yeah, I see that. You went to McDonald's. I see.
Yeah, I got. Well, Rick gave me this First Nation.
Yeah,
Uh, that's a gift, but yeah. Um, man, tonight 27 points.
eight
You know,
rebounds and three
not
assists.
not not.
And
He
two
was
steals.
9.
Yeah,
Yep, yep. 9 of 13 from the field, 7 for 9 from behind the arc. Uh, this is stuff. Kawhi Leonard's doing this, like Tom said, every night. We're getting accustomed to seeing this, and it's just becoming normal to us. And you know, name another best two-way player in the league right now that
None.
plays
there ain't
defense,
there ain't
that
none.
plays that
None.
plays defense, and that
Me and Joe
scores.
established that the other night.
No,
Yep. The other night against the Bulls, even though the Spurs lost that game, Kawhi Leonard still outplayed Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, as good as a defender that he is, couldn't stop Kawhi Leonard.
oh yeah,
Kawhi
man.
Leonard
Kawhi went
had
in that
his
brother's house, took
way.
a crap on the carpet, and slammed it in his face, man.
Yeah.
Literally.
Man. Yeah, and he's doing this every night. This is not like it's just once in a while. He's doing it consistently, and you can't ignore that. You can't. People can't ignore that anymore. Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way player in the NBA. People can say, "Oh, well, Carmelo Anthony and blah blah, Kevin Durant." Those guys don't even play defense. They're just offensive scorers, and that's all they do. If they
No,
really
man.
play defense, if they really played defense like Kawhi, they would have won a championship by now.
No.
But they have yet to get out the first round of the playoffs. They can't get. They don't advance. Kawhi Leonard's already won a Finals MVP. Carmelo hasn't done that. Kevin Durant hasn't done that. So how are they better than him?
Or Russell Westbrook. They're always riding
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook. He's
like,
a golden child. He
well,
ain't, man.
Westbrook. He's very athletic. He's very athletic. He does take bad shots sometimes, it seems like, but he's very athletic for being a point guard. To me, he's more of a shooting guard playing a point guard role. But
I
he's
think
not
he
really
actually
a.
plays better. He plays better when Kevin Durant's not on the floor.
Yeah, he does.
They both take
And
shots away from each other.
yeah,
They sure
that's
do.
why. Yep.
And the thing
Well, you
about
know
these
what?
the thing about these athletic players is they don't develop fundamentals. When they start to lose that athletic ability, they done.
Yep. Yep.
Like Kobe, the GOAT. Kobe's the GOAT, man.
Like Kevin Garnett, that's another one.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett, he's another one. But he might be, the rumor is he might be going over to LA. He denies it, and he denies it. He got mad
Oh,
at Stephen A. Smith, but come on now.
wait,
Kobe's not going to be
who?
there no more, and you're not going to go. He doesn't want to. You're going to tell me that Kevin Durant wouldn't want a shot in
Oh, Kevin
LA?
Durant.
He wouldn't want a
yeah.
shot at LA with all that
Oh,
press over there and all those endorsement
oh,
deals. Come on.
oh yeah. I mean,
especially with Kobe leaving.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That
that's gonna
changes
be his
everything.
team. He'd be the man, you know.
Yeah, that would be his team over there.
Yeah, and then they would build around him, and they're gonna get high draft picks at least for the next
Yeah.
couple years, you know.
I mean,
So
don't get me wrong. They do have talented players. Jordan Clarkson is very talented. If he was on the Spurs, he'd be backing up Tony Parker right now,
yeah,
and he might even be good enough to start. And I mean that honestly. They have good players. They just don't know how to play with each other because Byron Scott is a dummy.
And Kobe still being there stunting their growth.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's still a ball hog, man. He's chunking that ball up
Because
there.
they have,
Hitting,
man. Let me
laying
tell
nothing
you,
but
if the
brick. He's the bricklayer.
Spurs, if the Spurs had the same players that the Lakers have right now, they might be undefeated right now because they would have so much talent under Coach Pop. If Pop had that much talent to coach, could you imagine how dominant they would be with the Julius Randle and Tim Duncan? Are you kidding me? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
They'd have a lot of potential.
Man.
I got to give you that. But let's get back to the Spurs because it was their night tonight. But
Mhm.
we had, if you look at the plus minus, the plus minus was all pluses down the whole roster. The only -3 that they had was Jonathan Simmons because he played less than 8 minutes and wasn't very productive. He was productive against the
He
against
actually
the
was.
Bucks. He had a damn
Well,
good
I mean,
game.
for only 8 minutes, I mean, he had 3 points.
Yeah,
Not much you can do in 8 minutes.
yeah, 8 minutes.
Come on now, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Boban of all people was +1.
man,
I love you, Boban. Boban put ball in basket. I love Boban, man.
You're gonna put somebody on their back before the season is over.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that boy's he's gonna put a beat down on somebody. He's gonna lay into him. He's gonna knock him out.
Oh man,
He's gonna run somebody over, man. A little guy. You watch.
yes.
But Boban's a fan favorite, man. And you know what? The Red Rocket, to put more salt in the wound in tonight's blowout loss to the, he hit a
three-pointer
at the very end of the game.
Yep.
Coming out
That's
ice
right
cold
there.
off the bench.
And that right there was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I think they used Matt Bonner now to keep all the Gatorade cool, man.
Yep.
And he even got a steal tonight.
I know, dude. I saw that too. I was like, wow. Matt Bonner, the Red Mamba, still doing his thing, man. He had 5 points on the night with he only played less than 5 minutes, so that means he scored a point a minute almost.
Dang.
Oh, so I was like, man, that dude, he went off too. Tony Parker, man, he's been like the unsung hero, I think, for the team.
Yeah,
As far as
he's
being
improved.
he's been one of the better defenders that they've had this year, surprisingly.
He's stepping
behind-
up. Tony Parker is stepping up. He is playing a lot better than what he did in the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, he just didn't look like himself at all. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a mental thing, a physical thing. Might have been mental because basketball is a game of, it's mental, and
Yeah. I think he was a little tired too. He looked like he was a little tired in the beginning.
yeah.
Now,
he
what's
might
your
have-
take, Tom? How you think
Well-
Tony Parker's been looking?
Well, to me, it's the best he looked in a few years. To me, he's finally healthy again. No groin injuries like the finals in
Or
2013.
chin injuries?
No
Chin bruises?
chins, hamstrings like last year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he got the rest of the whole summer. So to me, and he lost that extra weight that he gained. So it's the best he looked to me in about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he gained that weight because that's married weight, man. Mama been feeding him good at the house.
Oh yeah,
Oh
It's that
man.
home cooking, man. That home cooking got him, man.
that'll get you every time.
It does, man. I got it.
Yeah.
But you know what? He looks a lot better this year. and he's been playing a lot better. He looks like a younger Tony Parker from maybe 3-4 years ago. He's looking pretty good, you know. And I just hope he keeps it up because we don't need him injured, and we do need him to play at a high level to kind of
Right.
open that game up for us. You know, if he goes, so does
Well, I
the
tell you
inside
what,
game. Yeah.
if he's improved on his defense, it's going to be really interesting to see how he guards Stephen Curry when they finally do match up. I can't wait for that matchup because when you look back at all the times that the Spurs ever matched up with the Warriors, Tony Parker always had a better game than Steph Curry. He would always outplay him. When he was healthy, he was outplaying Curry.
But
That's
you know
another-
why? You know why though? Because of Kawhi, dude. Kawhi locks down Stephen Curry, man. He shuts
Yeah.
that brother down.
Yeah. You know, people are talking about he's unstoppable. It's like, listen, there's only one Kawhi Leonard in the NBA, and until the Warriors play the Spurs, I don't want to hear all this unstoppable crap because that's all it is. No, just because you can't guard a dude don't mean he's unstoppable. You just don't know how to play the proper defense to stop him. There's a guy by the name of
There's been a
Kawhi
couple
Leonard.
times that the Warriors almost lost in the way that they kind of controlled Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Is you can't give him space. You got to be
Yeah.
right up on him.
You just
If you're-
gotta hound him. You gotta hound him.
He's so light that if you're up on him and he has to keep constantly pushing you away to try to get a little bit of space to hit that jump shot,
He's gonna
what
miss.
happens? The legs go, and he's just not the same type of player anymore because he's exhausted. You know, and that's all you got to do. You got to grind him down.
Yep.
That's all
I'm just
you can
waiting on the other shoe to drop for them.
do. Oh,
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. But you know, who have they really played though in this
Nobody.
20-game win streak?
Nobody.
They've had the softest opening of any NBA team this season, and everybody's riding high on the Warriors because they got a 20-game winning streak. Granted, they squeaked by on a couple of games that they should have lost, mainly because of bad calls near the stretch. One of them being Toronto. I don't know if you guys saw that game. They called a lot of BS
Yeah.
fouls.
Oh yeah.
Phantom
Yeah.
fouls.
Of course they would. The NBA. Listen, the NBA knows exactly what they're doing. Don't let them fool you into thinking, we don't make the schedules we don't play favorites. We don't do this and that. That's a lot of crap.
That's a lie from hell.
Yeah.
It's all
That's
about
a
the
lie-
money. It's
that's
about the
that's a
almighty
lie
dollar,
from-
man.
That's a lie from Satan's toenails.
It's
Yeah.
all about the dollar, dude. It's all about the dollar.
Oh yeah, it's all marketing. That's all it is. Because let me tell you something, and this is what I tell people all the time. If the Spurs were in the same position that the Warriors are in right now, on a 19-game winning streak, if Kawhi Leonard was doing the things that Steph Curry's doing right now, I guarantee you, or even Tony Parker, I guarantee you nobody would be talking about the Spurs.
Not
would,
at all.
Nobody would be saying anything. If there were a 20-game winning streak, I guarantee you, all the money in Donald Trump's bank account, they would not talk about the Spurs.
Yep.
They don't talk about the Spurs until they have to.
Yep, until they have to. And even in tonight, during the TNT game, Reggie Miller and Kevin Harlan, they even admitted that the Golden State Warriors are overshadowing the Spurs because of their popularity.
Mhm.
That's all that's about.
Yeah.
Popularity. It ain't about them being better than the Spurs. This is all a popularity contest. It's like the All-Star Game's a popularity contest.
The MVP,
just like that.
the MVP award is a popularity contest.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Guess who's gonna win it again this year? Take a wild guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With the pole blowing Steph Curry
Yep.
at an all-time
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna win it
you
again, no
expect
doubt.
it.
Kawhi Leonard is gonna be in the hunt, no doubt, for MVP. Yeah, but you know it's a popularity contest at the end of the day.
You know, a guy that scores 40 points a night, listen, that's cool, that's fine and dandy, but what is he doing in the other categories? I could understand if Steph Curry was averaging a triple-double almost every night. I could understand if Steph Curry was leading the league in rebounds and assists. He ain't even doing that. 5 assists per game? Excuse me, but aren't you a point guard? Aren't you supposed to be facilitating? Aren't you supposed to be distributing the ball? It's not just about scoring. Because if it's
But
just
check this out though. He's scoring all those points out of necessity.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of the offense is struggling, so he got to shoot more. His arm is going to be a wet noodle by the time the playoffs get him.
His legs are gonna be a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Especially them ankles. Especially them ankles. He's got the
Those ankles made out of
Man.
glass.
Jeez.
Yeah, he sure does, man. And he just go ahead and keep on playing them 40 minutes a game. Go ahead.
Go ahead with your glassy ankles. I'm gonna spray some Windex on them ankles. What you spraying Windex for? For the glassy ankles.
Oh, watch, man. He's gonna slip on a wet spot on the floor. There goes the ankle. Like Cinderella's glass shoe. But you know, I know that the Warriors have had a cushy start in the beginning, you know, and yeah, you give them credit.
Cushy is an understatement.
Give them credit though, you know, they have won 20 games with a little help, a little luck, but in the end, everything winds up working itself out. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't been tested yet either.
Well, you know what? This is how I compare the Warriors to the Spurs. The Warriors are that car that always speeds ahead of you and passes you up. And
the front runners. I call those people front runners.
Yeah, but listen, the Warriors are the team. Imagine you driving on the street. They're the guy that's tailgating you and speeds right past you, only so you can meet up with them at the red light. That's the Golden State Warriors. The Spurs are that car that's saying, "Go ahead, mother lover, go ahead and pass me up. I'll see you at the light."
Still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? One thing that surprised me too with Memphis, man, Zebo, man, that boy didn't even really show up all that much. I mean, he tried, but he only had 9 points. You know, I mean, he's busted, man. He ain't no good no more.
No, you just took the words out of my mouth. I was just gonna say the biggest thing with him, and I started noticing this last year. He started slowing down. Yeah, he is getting older.
Yeah.
Father Time's catching up with him, man. He's starting to huff and puff now a lot sooner than he used to. You know?
Yeah.
And
he only played 29 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he played almost 29 minutes. He played 28 minutes. Gasol was out there 33 minutes. You know, Mike Conley's been actually one of the better players for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he is. He's been their best player.
Yeah, and Matt Barnes. Oh man.
Oh, Matt Barnes is sorry. That boy needs to
get a refund on him, man. You need to get a refund on him.
Scrub. Y'all see my Instagram post? Scrub, you suck.
You know, it's surprising is that Mario Chalmers is actually playing a lot better with the Grizzlies than he did with the Heat. He didn't want to be there no more, man. He was a disgruntled employee.
That was obvious.
Disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
He made them trade him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's been playing a lot better, man. And then they dusted off Vince Carter.
Well, the reason why they even did that trade too was for salary cap purposes. They traded him so they could free the salary cap space.
Yeah, and I guess they wanted Beno Udre.
Another ex-Spur.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
The league is full of them.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
And what else? I was gonna tell you, Vince Carter. It looks like they dusted him off for almost 11 minutes.
Man, Vince Carter's got to retire now. He was good last year, but this year, no.
Oh man, he's like Kobe, dude. It just ain't there no more, man. He's like that old car, that old truck that's right in front of you. You're just waiting for the blowout to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said the other night, not everybody can beat Tim Duncan.
No, man, not at all. Tim Duncan's he's still doing his thing. Somebody put a picture. Did you see it on Facebook? Where Tim Duncan looked like he was about 60, and he goes, "I can't do it no more. I'm gonna retire."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Matter of fact, somebody posted that. Somebody posted that on my Tim Duncan fan page.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I saw that picture though. That's hilarious, man. It's like he could probably play until he's about 60 the way he's going, man.
Yeah, I mean, last night in Milwaukee, 16 points and 10 rebounds in just under 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it is, man. You know what's crazy to me too is that he's doing this against the Bucks, which is a good young team that lengthwise they matched up great against the Spurs, and he's able to, hold his own
Against
against these
players,
young kids.
yeah, against players young enough to be his kids.
Yeah, you're talking about like 19-year-old, 21-year-old players, and he's able to hold his own against them, man. It's pretty amazing to see.
Yeah,
Hey Thomas, you're in here twice, bro. I think he's frozen, man.
I see that too on my end.
Yeah, Thomas, I might have to eject him out. They might eject. He's gonna have to come back in because he's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I see.
But today, I mean, the game was a good game for the Spurs. It was a tight game in the first 3 quarters, but they started pulling away near the end of the third, and that's when
It
Kawhi
exceeded my
Leonard just went off.
expectation.
Oh yeah, man, Kawhi went off. He just took the game over, and he just went off on everyone. And LaMarcus Aldridge was playing out of his mind too. He was hitting them jump shots again. He looked like he was playing in Portland. He's
Oh yeah,
feeling
after
comfortable.
having 1 point in the first half.
Yeah, he finally
And
put it together.
yeah, he's got some high-low passes from Tim Duncan. He got some feeds from
TP9.
got, yeah, from Tony, and he got some layups going, and then he started to get the outside shot going too. Even
Yeah,
even got 3 blocks tonight.
yeah, I saw that. He got blocked too, but he had 3 blocks on the
Yeah.
night, and he beat Zebo at his own game too. That was hilarious to see that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, but I was happy with the performance overall. The one person that I have a big concern over, and we spent all that money on him on the off season, and he was happy to be a Spur, and he's laid nothing but an egg this
Danny
up to this
Green.
point. Danny Green, man,
Yeah.
he had 2 points, and I mean, he's a good defender. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? We need you to score. If you're not going to be putting up points on the board, we're going to be in a world of hurt when we get into the playoffs because we need everybody to score. We need balanced scoring, and Danny Green's there's something going on with him. It's obvious.
Got to be.
I mean, when you have Patty Mills, he's scoring more points than Danny Green on any given night most of the time. I mean, there's some nights where Green might have a few more points than him, but it's like we got Patty Mills and we paid him less. I mean, what why did we pay him all that cash for? You know, it's like he got the money and he just said, "I'm gonna relax." No.
Well, he is living up to his nickname right now.
Hmm.
Icy hot.
Yeah, he is, man. He got all that green too. On the off season from us. He needs to put up already, man, because he's lacking. You're playing 24 minutes and all you managed to put up was 2 points, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and that's about it. I mean,
Right.
those are abysmal numbers. You would expect that off of a starter.
No.
I think they need to do an experiment. If Green continues this way and keeps on playing this way, they're gonna have to have another guard come out there and start because this is just not working. That's just my thoughts. What do you think?
Man, I think he might need to take a page out of LaMarcus Aldridge's book and after games just start shooting and just keep on working on his shot. Be the first one to practice, be the last one to lead, and then shoot after games, anything to get your shot back. Cause yeah, we're gonna need that by the time we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, man, we're gonna need him, but my concern is I think they might be injured or something's going on. They're just keeping it under wraps because he hasn't been himself since the start of the season. Something's going on,
Yeah, they
and
got
I just don't know what it is. Thomas telling us what's going on with him.
Oh, okay. So he must be having some serious technical difficulties.
Yep. Give me a second. Sorry, folks. We're having some technical difficulties with Thomas, the Spurs dude. His laptop crashed and he's restarting it and coming back in the room. But on the night, too, some interesting games. I'm looking to see what else happened. We had
That Miami game and
Miami, man.
OKC,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was a 2 point.
that was a competitive game.
Surprisingly enough, man, Miami's been. I even called them the dark horse of the East. They're my dark horse to possibly even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, man. They've been playing some pretty damn good ball.
Yeah, I would say so too.
You know, everybody's already riding high with Cleveland, Cleveland, Cleveland. You better watch out
Oh,
with Miami. For one,
oh, yeah.
what do you know? Kyrie Irving, he's always hurt.
But and
Always
he's
hurt.
still not back yet.
No.
They're not expecting him back until sometime in January.
Yeah, and
And
then he's
then you think about the kind of injury he had. He broke his kneecap. That's not an easy thing to come back from.
you got to rehab that, you know? And he hasn't been really going at it, you know? You got to get back in game shape. He's not going to have that stamina. He's going to get winded quick.
Yeah, even I don't think he'll be right at all this year.
Mm-mm.
And
Even
that's
when they go in not in the finals, but when they go in the playoffs, it's going to be very evident. He ain't going to be there. He's not going to be the same type of player.
no, and it's gonna take a whole year at least. It'll be like halfway through next season for him to be right again, if that. Because breaking a kneecap is not. Oh, that's something serious.
It's very painful.
That's not something. That's not something you heal fast from and be back to your old self from.
Yep.
I don't know what's worse between that and tearing a ACL.
Ooh. Yeah, they're both pretty bad, man. I
Right.
don't know, man, which one I'd rather have.
Neither one of them.
Mm.
Yeah, neither one of them sound good.
You know, I'm gonna come back to a subject we're talking about. We're talking about Golden State and and the Spurs and basically popularity contest. Well,
Yeah.
and I put this up there the other day on Twitter, and I got a good response even on Facebook. I reposted a story that was written. And I think it was written by a local writer here from the Express News. And basically, the article entailed was the sneaky Spurs are at it again. And it's like they're always like that. They're always at it again. Spurs on most of the season they fly under the radar, but while everybody's toting the Golden State Warriors and their miraculous 20-0 start for the season, and all the media is loving them right now because they're getting all this press off of them. The
Yeah.
Spurs quietly sneaked in and have the second best record in the NBA, and that's okay. They can take the attention off of them. We like that. Don't
Right.
act like we don't exist. Just keep on doing that. Keep on doing that, and then where we come again, and during playoff time, they'll be like, "Oh no, here come the big bad Spurs again."
It happened every year.
Yeah, every year's the same thing. So it's like that's okay. Keep on doing that again. We like that.
We won 5 championships, under the radar, from under the radar. So just keep it like that.
Yeah, they can keep on doing what they're doing. Hey, did you hear that thing that was going down with the Jahlil Okafor for the 76ers?
Oh man, I feel bad for him. I hope he can get it together.
Yeah,
Because
man, it's tough for him, man. He's very young, and they don't even have any leadership really on the 76ers. They're all young kids.
now the oldest one on the team with real NBA experience is 23 years old, so they don't have veteran leadership at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, what's going to happen is I think somebody's going to take pity on Jahlil Okafor, one of these
Hmm.
league veterans, and they're going to wind up reaching out to him and try to take him under their wing, and try to show him how to do things the right way because they need that veteran leadership, man, to show him the ropes. Right now, he's just making bad decisions. You know, and they showed Coach K on in the morning. I think it was on ESPN First Take. I saw that, and they showed the replay of the press conference that Coach K had, and they asked him about Jahlil Okafor, and he said, "Don't base his character based on some mistakes that he made. He's still a good person." And he might be right on that one because everybody makes mistakes,
Mhm.
but don't define the kid off of that. This is just his first year in the league.
And he's only been in the league for about a month.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of growing pains, and not only that, other people when he's out and about, they're probably out there and heckling him and doing that. All the NBA players go through that kind of stuff, but the older veterans, they know how to just brush it off and not even worry about that. But when you're young and hot-headed, it's a different story.
Well, it's two things he need to remember in this situation. Number one, um, with him being in the NBA and the spotlight is on him, um, out of his crew, he's the one with the most to lose. Number two, it's cameras everywhere. It's video
Oh
everywhere.
man, yes, sir. There sure is.
Somebody could pull out their phone and start recording. Everywhere you go, it's some kind of camera somewhere. So you need to keep all
Always.
that in mind.
Yep, he sure does. You got to remember that. You got the cell phones everywhere. No matter what you do or what you say, somebody's always listening.
Yep.
Always. But I'm happy with the way that the Spurs are playing right now. They don't have the greatest record yet. Right now, I believe that their road record is 6-4. They were five
Yeah.
and four before the night. Now after this, they're 6-4, which they're 2 games above 500 for road wins. They play really great at the AT&T Center, which they're undefeated at the AT&T Center.
And we got Boston Saturday
Yeah,
at the AT&T Center.
but you can't take that team lightly because for some reason they
No.
always play the Spurs a little tight.
Right. No, we beat them 95-87 back on November 1st.
Yeah, and it was a close game pretty much until I think it was like near the 3 or 4 minute mark of the fourth quarter when the Spurs kind of made a little bit of distance between them. But it was a highly contested game. It was close too because Boston, they actually play not bad defense. They play decent defense, and they have good young players, a good core of players there. And I think if they keep on doing what they're doing, they're going to just get even better, and they'll make a deeper playoff run probably within the next couple of years if they keep this core group of guys. They're still missing some pieces, but
Right.
they got a good young core at their disposal right now.
And that last game against them happened to be LaMarcus Aldridge's best game with the Spurs. He had 24 points and 14
Yeah.
rebounds in that game.
Yeah, he sure did. But it's because they were playing the second unit a lot more during that game because the starters didn't show up. And he played a
Right.
lot better with that second unit. Even tonight, and tonight we saw the same thing. I don't think Popovich is going to detract from it. He's still playing Bobo, Boris Diaw, and David West out there on the floor at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
we
it'll be
already
nice.
talked about that,
Yeah, we
remember?
already talked about that. Yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully, this is only an experiment, and that it won't be the case when the playoffs roll around.
Yeah, I hope not, because if they roll out in the playoffs and they have Boris Diaw and David West on the court at the same time, they're going to get exploited.
Every time, the only way you won't is if you have either one of the big men that we have on the court with them, and Diaz is a small forward.
Yep. It's like Shaq says, barbecue chicken.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen to him when they get that big man in there, and he's going to just push him out of the way and just get an easy two. You know, they just don't have the size to match up to some of these bigs.
No, they don't, especially a team like OKC who can throw bigs at you in waves.
or the Clippers.
Yeah, them too.
You know, they got DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin down there in the middle, and the Spurs didn't have an answer for either one of them last year. They're just too big and too strong, and they're very athletic players. You know, but the Achilles heel to the Clippers is that the Clippers have to keep their good core group of players out on the court almost the whole game. And near the end of the fourth quarter, this when they start getting tired again. You know?
Yeah, yeah, we saw that in the playoffs last year, and that almost worked our advantage.
Yeah. You know, they got a couple of bounces here and there to go their way, and you know, sometimes all you need is just a little luck. You know?
Yeah, I'm waiting on the 18th to get here because that's when we'll see him the first time.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be another great game to see. Another game that I'm looking forward to, I'm thinking that I might go out there and take a look at it, is the Lakers game. They're going to be playing the Spurs out here pretty soon.
Yeah, on that's actually next weekend.
Yeah. And I was thinking, you know, I might want to go ahead and check that out because this is going to be the second to the last time that Kobe will be here in San Antonio. And the last game that he has, I think it's going to be January the 16th that he plays.
22nd.
This is it the second?
The the one in LA is January 22nd, and then the last
The last
um
game I'm talking about here in San
the
Antonio, though.
last time February 6th.
February 6th. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's the last time he's going to be here in San Antonio, and I know that that ticket's going to be coming at a premium because the buzz was on Twitter and all these social media that tons of Spurs fans want to buy those tickets. So the demand's out there. You know, the ticket price is going to go sky high.
Yeah.
I would assume that that's going to be a standing room only.
Yeah, I might have to go on and request an assignment for that game.
All right. See Kobe, man. I'm gonna miss yelling Kobe on the sidelines. When I was out there with my friend this last season, he had like courtside tickets, so everybody was heckling Kobe the whole game, yelling Kobe, Kobe. Yeah, man, it never gets old, man. I'm sure it annoys him.
Got to. It's not hard to get under his skin.
No, he might not show it, but you know he's just like, man, these people need to shut up.
Mm.
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing more out of this Jonathan Simmons, man. He's looking like he might be a special player.
Yeah, I like his motor.
Yeah, I do too, man. He's in attack mode, and I like that. You got to admire that. He's not afraid.
Yeah, and he looked like he might be emerging as the top backup to Kawhi before the end of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. He's doing an outstanding job. Rasul Butler, he's also doing okay, but I'd have to give the job to Jonathan Simmons.
Right,
You know,
because
he's just performing.
Because Butler is getting a little older.
Yeah, how old is he? He's like 30. Isn't he like 37?
35, like
30?
like 35, 36, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, he's an older guy. The one person that kind of has been a disappointment for me this year, because we haven't really seen a lot of him, Ray McCollum, man. I thought he was going to be having a bigger role to play here on the Spurs roster, but he hasn't really been on the floor too much. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if he's
Pop
just
hadn't
hasn't
been
developed.
Pop hadn't been giving him the minutes for whatever reason. I
I
thought
don't
he
know.
looked pretty good in the little bit of time he did get.
Yeah, so I'm starting to wonder. Is like maybe he's just not there yet, or maybe something's going on behind the closed doors during practice or something. Maybe he's just not listening. Because you know Popovich will put people in the doghouse
Quick.
real quick. So I said, I hope he didn't open his mouth and say something he regrets, because it's gonna be a long season for him.
Right, because we're only 20 games into it. We got 62 games left.
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't do another DeJuan Blair and start whining on Twitter. Pop, don't play that game.
No.
Remember when he did that? He was complaining about his minutes. Put me
Oh
in the
yeah.
game. I need more minutes. Why can't I play more?
Yeah, and then he said, and I remember one tweet where he said, I guess I'm not what Pop want. So I don't know. And
He said,
then
yeah, Popovich heard him loud and clear. He said, okay.
He went to Dallas the next year, and we won the championship the year after he left.
Yeah. And what does that go to show you? He was dead weight.
hmm Yeah, he was kicking himself. You cost yourself a ring by opening your mouth.
That is true. He did do that. I don't know if Thomas is going to be able to join us, man. If he's not joining us, then I know it's getting late and I'm already tired too.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting on him. Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be able to join us, man. Oh, well. We'll get back with him another time. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of the Countdown 210. Before we leave, I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors, Ed Luna Photography, Mark Overton Lemon III, Main Event, Game On, City Base Cinema, Alamo Draft House, Native Grill and Wings, and our newest sponsor, which is Rick and Rick Otaku Cafe. We greatly appreciate you guys' support. So until next time, guys, go Spurs, go.